wouldn't necessarily think that a show about our 20th president, James Garfield, would be shot in Budapest, Hungary.
Here at Astra Studios, we've got 4 stages. One huge one where we're doing the White House, and then 3 pretty sizable ones.
The built sets are incredible. Gemma Jackson, production designer, first time I work with her and her department, and it's been a joy.
Gemma Jackson is an absolute legend. She's a professional in recreating eras in history.
That happens to be a topic my friend Chester here is very passionate about.
The convention scenes took 10 days to shoot. And it was early on in the shoot, which made it sort of one of our introductions to how replete and lush and detail-oriented this production is.
We were able to shoot in an atmosphere that, kept taking us exactly where we needed to be, which is an amazing luxury.
Everywhere you look, you'll see like this red, white, and blue bunting, and it's all linen, and it's hand-dyed. They've made the scenery the way it would have been made in the period.
All the bunting and the images of the various people, all the names of all the different states. I mean, a lot of work and very accurate research went into all that.
Take it from someone who's been at it a while.
We also had to build washrooms and corridors and smoking rooms, all the other stuff that had to happen.
Today, I have sat by and borne witness to the shows of many big men.
When I first read the convention scene, I was quite overwhelmed. That's a huge thing to pull off. We had 24 cast members and 550 extras. We had, I think, 38 costumers on set that day just to look after all of our actors and crowd members. It was really quite a feat of costume coordinating.
Michael Wilkinson's, his taste is unparalleled. He has been able to bring so much color into the show and brings new dimensions to each of these characters just through their sartorial expression.
I have the most fantastic hair and makeup and costume. This is, as I mentioned, my beard. This is an hour in makeup, and they're just super skilled, so I'm very lucky.
During the 1880s, your beard was a symbol of masculinity, so they all have massive beards.
There was an enormous amount of prep, making the facial hair and doing the fittings with the 500 extras. It was definitely challenging to make sure that they all looked perfect.
As you can tell, it takes a lot to put Roscoe together. Chilla, she is the best of the best.
Chilla transformed the faces of every single man in our show, which is just such a feat.
The faces, the facial hair, just the reality. You're immersed. It feels real.
In order to sell this period, you need to sell the lighting of that period.
There are pictures available from the actual expo they built in Chicago for the convention. There were massive windows because there's no electricity, so they would rely on a lot of, natural daylight for the daytime meetings. It was a very huge set, so it was almost like lighting a gymnasium. So me and my gaffer, we came up with a plan with soft boxes that we could just quickly switch from day to night. And there were electrical practicals mimicking oil lamps as well.
Adriano is this builder of worlds, and he makes every single frame feel both lived in, but just unspeakably beautiful, and we are so fortunate to have him on this project. He's built the entire visual language of the show, and it feels so distinctive. Really special.
Ours was a huge set, but the Chicago Expo Center, the place was like 3 times the size. Well, then we sort of hand over to the visual effects department, who are amazing, and we have a really good rapport.
The room is extraordinary. But at the end of the day, we have 500 people, and we need thousands and thousands and thousands, and a building that needs to be much larger than we could possibly film in. So that's where visual effects comes in. One of the neat things that our visual effects supervisor, Ryan Gombosch, brought to the table was these 3D generated cardboard cutouts of the delegates in the convention. So the last 5 or 6 rows are hundreds deep in cardboard cutouts of someone sitting there looking very attentive.
Sir, we expect great things.
And I of you.
Between us all, I think we're creating some interesting depths.
The set that Gemma built, and the extras, and the hair and the makeup and the wardrobe, Michael Wilkinson's costumes, I mean, it's really fantastic.
Just the sheer level of spectacle that we had to accomplish, it far exceeds anything that I've ever been involved with in my professional career.
His record of honor speaks for itself. I gladly offer him for your consideration.